Muhammad Ali was rejected by the girl he loved in front of everyone. Back in 1958, young Ali finally built the courage to ask her out. She said no, and someone laughed. He's just a boxer, no future. 26 years later, Ali found her again, and what he discovered changed everything. She didn't reject him because she didn't like him. Her father forced her, said boxing would ruin his life. But that's not the shocking part. When Ali tracked her down, she was struggling, single mother, broke, facing eviction. But her house was full of Muhammad Ali posters. She had followed his entire journey and tried to reach him for years. So what did Ali do? He didn't get angry. He paid off her house, helped her children, and said something unforgettable. "You didn't reject me, you redirected me." Muhammad Ali sat quietly, flipping through old Louisville yearbooks, when one photograph made his hands tremble. There she was, Denise Washington, the girl who had turned him down in front of the entire school cafeteria back in 1958. What he would uncover about her life decades later wouldn't just surprise him. It would completely reshape how he viewed rejection, fame, and the hidden cost of greatness. This isn't merely a tale of boxing, nor is it just a story about teenage heartbreak. It's something deeper, something more enduring. It's about how the people who wound us the most often leave behind the most profound lessons about love, loss, and healing. It was a quiet evening in Chicago, 1984. Ali sat alone in his home, sorting through dusty boxes his mother, Odessa, had sent from Louisville. He was preparing for an interview, wanted to revisit the past, to remember who he once was. Inside a worn cardboard box labeled Cash's School Things, he found his 1958 Central High School yearbook. He flipped slowly, page after page, familiar faces, forgotten names. Then he stopped. Page 31, Denise Washington. Second from the left, homecoming court, that same radiant smile. Even in faded black and white, her beauty lingered. Elegant, effortless, undeniable. Smooth skin, bright eyes, a posture that radiated confidence. Everything young Cassius Clay felt he lacked. His fingers hovered over the image, then gently traced her face. And just like that, he was 16 again. Awkward, quiet, a kid who boxed after school but felt invisible in hallways. Denise had been the opposite, popular, admired, from a well-established family. Denise Washington, he whispered, the name still carrying weight. But what happened next would shake him far more than the memory ever could. October 15, 1958. A teenage Cassius Clay had spent weeks gathering the courage. Heart pounding, hands slightly shaking, he walked across the cafeteria toward her table. The room felt louder, then suddenly silent. "Denise, can I talk to you?" Heads turned, eyes locked on him. "The homecoming dance, would you go with me?" A pause. Long, heavy, unforgiving. Denise smiled softly, careful, measured. "That's really sweet, but I'm already going with Marcus." The words landed like a quiet blow. He nodded, tried to smile, tried to hold himself together. But then came the laughter. A voice from her table cut deeper than the rejection itself. "Why would you even consider him? He's just a boxer, no future." Laughter followed, sharp, echoing. Denise didn't laugh, but she didn't defend him either. And that silence said everything. Cassius walked away, smaller than ever before. But what he didn't realize in that moment, what no one could have predicted, was that this rejection would ignite something inside him, a fire, a relentless drive, the kind that would one day shake the world. Now, 26 years later, sitting with that same memory in his hands, Ali reached for the phone. "I need you to find someone," he told his assistant. "Denise Washington, Louisville, Kentucky." Just like that, the past came calling, and what he was about to learn would change everything. The search didn't take long. Within 48 hours, a report landed in front of Muhammad Ali, and what it revealed felt heavier than any punch he had ever taken. Denise had never left Louisville. She had married Marcus Johnson right after high school, just like everyone expected. The perfect story, the popular girl, the star athlete, a future that looked secure from the outside. But life had other plans. Marcus suffered a devastating knee injury in college. His dreams collapsed overnight. What followed was a slow descent, depression, frustration, alcohol. Their marriage, once full of promise, unraveled piece by piece. After 12 years, it ended. 2 children, a broken home, and Denise left to carry everything alone. For the past decade, she had been working double shifts as a secretary at Louisville General Hospital, barely surviving, paying bills, raising kids, holding herself together. A small house, a quiet neighborhood, a life far removed from the spotlight Ali now lived in. But then came the part that stopped him cold. She was facing eviction. Medical bills from her mother's battle with cancer had drained everything. Savings gone, rent unpaid, 3 months behind. Ali leaned back, silent. But the report wasn't finished. There was something else, something no one expected. Denise's living room was covered in him. Posters, newspaper clippings, magazine covers, fight photos, headlines screaming his name. She had followed every step of his journey, every victory, every loss, every moment. Neighbors said she spoke about him often. "That's Muhammad Ali. We went to school together." She had tried to reach him too. Letters sent to promoters, messages through magazines, showing up at fights whenever he came to Louisville. But none of it ever reached him, not once. Then came the final piece, a diary entry, dated October 1958, just days after that moment in the cafeteria. Ali's hands trembled as he read it. "I feel terrible about what happened with Cassius today. I wanted to say yes so badly. He's kind, different, special. But Daddy forbade me. He said boxing would ruin him, said he'd end up brain damaged or worse. He threatened to cut me off if I disobeyed. I had to say no, but it broke my heart." Silence filled the room. Ali didn't move, didn't speak, just sat there, absorbing it. All those years, all that pain, all that fire he carried. And it was never about rejection. Not really. It was fear. Her father's fear. Her circumstances. Her reality. Tears rolled down his face. Quiet, unstoppable. She had wanted to say yes. The next morning, without hesitation, he picked up the phone, dialed the number. 4 rings. A tired voice answered. "Hello?" Ali paused for just a second, then spoke softly. "Denise, this is Cassius." A long silence. Then, a sharp breath. "Cassius? Is it really you?" "It's me," he said gently. "Most people call me Muhammad Ali now." She began to cry instantly, uncontrollably. "I've been trying to reach you for 26 years." "I know. I'm sorry I never got your messages." Her voice trembled. "I wanted to say yes that day, but my father—" "I know," Ali interrupted softly. "I read everything." Another silence, but this one felt different. Lighter. Healing. "I've regretted it every day," she whispered. Ali shook his head even though she couldn't see him. "You shouldn't." "But I could have been there. I could have been part of your journey." "No," he said calmly. "You were part of it." She paused, confused. "What do you mean?" "If you had said yes, maybe I never feel that pain. Maybe I don't push myself the way I did. Maybe I don't become who I became." His voice softened. "That moment, it didn't break me. It built me." Denise cried even harder now, not from pain, but from understanding. Then Ali said something she never expected. "Denise, I want to help you." "No, I can't accept that," she replied quickly. "It's not charity." "Then what is it?" "Gratitude." "For what?" "For teaching me something I didn't understand back then. That rejection doesn't mean you're not worthy. It just means life is redirecting you." A pause. Then he continued. "I'm going to take care of your house, your bills, your children's future." She was speechless. "Why? After everything?" "Because you didn't hurt me," he said gently. "You changed me." What followed wasn't just a phone call. It was 3 hours of truth, of reflection, of two lives finally reconnecting after decades apart. They talked about everything: his fame, her struggles, the roads they took, the roads they didn't. And somewhere in that conversation, something new was born. Not regret, not romance, something far more powerful: purpose.